Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Rich Talks BS. I'm your host, Rich. We start to get into the beginning of the NBA season, which is supposed to be a little bit of an exciting part of it, but not that exciting. And that's the free agency. This year's free agent list lacks marquee players, but it's not discouraging teams from spending. They're starting to spend a little bit more than what they should on players that I wouldn't say deserves getting that much, but they're not worth the price tag that they're spending. More teams are holding out on next offseason, especially because Kawhi and Paul George, and with the possibility of Giannis joining that free agency list. But we're not talking about next season. We're talking about this season. And we start with Gordon Hayward going to Charlotte on a 4-year, $120 million deal. Then we got Montrezl Harrell going to the Lakers, which the reigning six man of the year should bring some distractions, should bring some good feed, good morals to the team to help them regain or to help them go after another championship. Then we got Gallinari going to the Hawks on a 3-year, $61 million deal. Christian Wood going to the Rockets, signing a 3-year, $41 million deal. Serge Ibaka going to the Clippers on a 2-year deal. Fred VanVleet staying with the Raptors and getting a 4-year, $85 million contract, which it's going to be the most by an undrafted player in NBA history. Rajon Rondo signed with the Hawks on a 2-year, $19 million deal. Joe Harris staying with the Nets, 4 years, $75 million. Jeremy Grant going to the Pistons for 3 years, $60 million. And you got Wesley Matthews also joining the Lakers for a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. Tristan Thompson going to the Celtics for a 2-year, $19 million contract. Jay Crowder going to the Suns on 3 years, $30 mil. Marcus Morris staying with the Clippers, and they're giving him 4 years, $64 million contract. Jordan Clarkson also staying with the Jazz, and they're giving him 4 years, 52 mil. Also bringing back Derek Favors. Dragic is staying with the Heat. Paul Millsap staying with the Nuggets, and they're giving him a 1-year, $10 million plus contract. Avery Bradley going to the Heat on 2 years, $11.6 million. After opting out from the bubble, couldn't really see what he was going to do. I didn't think he was going to stick around anyway, but with him going to the Heat, he should be good coming off the bench. Bobby Portis is going to the Bucks on a two-year deal. That's going to help the front court. Bogdanovich signs a Hawks offer sheet, which they're still waiting on the Kings to match that offer. And the deal is supposed to be reported 4 years, $72 million, which I don't think the Kings are going to match that offer. So looking for Bogdanovich to become a Hawk this year. And Marc Gasol signing with the Lakers. Like I said, this list is not, it doesn't have big key players, but they got role players, which these teams are not really in the search to rebuild, but add on to what they already have to try to contend for that championship. The Lakers out here, they're signing, a few key players, which they're a little bit more key players, but with Marc Gasol, he's getting up there in age, so we'll see what he can do coming off the bench, helping with AD, and replacing JaVale McGee since JaVale McGee is gone. Also, Dwight Howard's gone. But like I said, this list is not a big list, but these are role players. The biggest one was Gordon Hayward. I'm not surprised that he left the Celtics, but I'm kind of surprised that he went to Charlotte, which that team has a lot of young players. They have an okay system, and then with drafting LaMelo Ball, that should be a pretty decent team. I won't say they're going to contend for a championship, but they can actually make a playoff run. Well, a small playoff run. And with Gordon Hayward, he should be good. A good leader, showing the leadership, showing these young guys, how to do it, how to play. And I expect Gordon Hayward to be like Utah Jazz Gordon Hayward and not Boston Celtics Hayward. So, like I said, free agency this year is not that big. And well, that's all the BS I got for this episode. Until next time.